All right. Hi, hello. I'm James, and I'm an addict. Um, you think you know what you want until you get it, and then you realize you never wanted it in the first place, kind of thing. I thought I wanted to spend like all of my life just getting high and feeling as good as possible, and I didn't care when I died. Um, like I even said that to myself. I was like, as long as I could work some shitty job and have the money to afford a bag every day, that's enough. Your world gets really small in like the hedonistic like haze that is like opioid abuse and just drug abuse in general. But um, I didn't want that. It took me like 8 years to figure it out, but I didn't want that. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to live that way. Um, and that's what sucks is like it seems like things like that take lifetimes before you realize you fucked up. I think that's where a lot of people like where a lot of addicts really struggle is like they start doing shit and they don't get clean till they're 40 and you don't know who you are. Like, dude, for who I was at 19 till who I am now at 25 or 26 next month, I have no idea who I am even now. And all I remember is who I was when I was like 18 and stuff before I did heroin and like fentanyl and shit. So now, I'm trying to like rediscover who I am and like what I like, what I don't like. There's things I liked back then I don't like now. It's really hard. It's a really hard thing. And, like you just lose yourself genuinely. Like it feels like an over exaggeration. It's like, oh, you're just getting high. But like, but when you start getting high every day for years, it just changes you. It just changes you a lot as a person. I'm a lot different now at 25 and also sober than I was when I was on drugs really bad. So, like I said, you think you know what you want till you get it, and then you waste almost 10 years and you never wanted it in the first place. And that goes with anything. Like, my brother got a dog, right? And him and his girl were talking about wanting this dog forever. It was a doodle. It was like an expensive dog or whatever. It was like $400 or something like that. And they got it. And as soon as they got it, bro, they kept it inside for a while. Then it started being like a dog and kind of annoying. It's a big dog, and they were inside. And they just had a baby too, and so they just put it outside, dude. And then like it said outside, got all dirty, and they never had anything to do with it, and they sold it. You know what I mean? Like I think like I know it's like the Buddha thing or whatever, but desire is the root of all suffering, and I think like we feel like we'll be fulfilled when we like get that next high or we get that next thing or spend this money or whatever. Um, but you won't be, you know what I mean? And then on top of being unfulfilled, you're disappointed because you had expectations and weren't met. And that's how I felt about drugs for like most of my life. I was like, oh, this is gonna fix everything, no matter how bad it gets, and it did for a long time. But then it stops. Like after a while, the drugs don't put that shield up. There's cracks. Like no matter how high I would get, I would still like be like, oh, like I'm wasting my life, or like, oh, like I'm slowly killing myself. I'm dying. Like I'm fucking, my teeth are rotting out. You know what I mean? Like I was like slowly like killing myself, and it took me like relapse after relapse. Like I went to rehab twice, like the psych ward 5 times. I've been in jail twice. Like, yeah, dude, it's a whole fucking it's hard, man. It's really hard. It's really hard. It's like a cognito hazard. Like I said in a video I posted about that, but it's like like once you know that feeling, you can't forget how it felt, and so it's like it's a thing. Um, and that could go with anything. It doesn't have to be opioids. You're drinking, whatever your thing is, food, anything. It doesn't have to be drugs. Just whatever like niche porn, especially like people. I like me personally, dude. Like I struggled with like porn addiction and like kind of like jerking off and shit a bunch. I know that's like TMI or whatever, but for real, like when I got clean, like like I was so used to that overload of dopamine, like like it kind of became like a sex addict and like kind of like uh, you know, like masturbation and shit. And sorry, I couldn't know how to word it, but yeah, like that was like a huge thing, so I could hit that button in my brain. It wasn't necessarily because I just wanted to have sex and stuff all the time. It was just like because I wanted to hit the button to feel good all the time whenever I wanted, like when I was on dope. So yeah. Yeah, but now I get to figure out who I want to be and what I want to do. I'm moving into a house next month and with a partner, and I'm like really close with my family again, and life's better. And I'm trying to like do this now and like talk to people about like addiction and like what it how it goes and what it's like rebuild my life from again, and just like who just showing people like who I want to be, I guess, or what I want to do. I don't know. you know it feels like no one cares, to be honest. Like making these videos now, like I was like, who cares, like it probably doesn't matter. But But it does, dude. Like someone out, someone cares, bro. Like no matter what, like someone cares. Like no matter what you think, someone cares about you, and you're not alone. And reach out for help if you need it, bro. If you're struggling with the drugs, because like those drugs, like I know it feels like a warm hug, dude, and like people are there, but like you're alone, man, and that sucks. But you won't be alone if you get rid of the drugs. You can have everything, or you can just have drugs, but you cannot have both. They taught me that in rehab. So, and it's true. You can have family and connection and like health and whatever and hobbies, but then you also have boredom and anger and like disappointment and the fear of death. Of course, there's things that come with that, but also you have like family and like connections with friends and like you make new friends and people like having you around and you won't like you're invited to family functions, dude. Like I get invited to family functions now and like my family likes having me around. I'm not like the main issue anymore. So you know what I mean? Like if you're like that person who was always like, oh, here's this, here's James again. Like, is he fucking on drugs or is he fucked up or oh, he's calling me, is he in jail or does he need money or, you know what I mean? Like they don't look at me like that no more. It's just like, oh, it's James. Like he's calling to talk to me. You know what I mean? Or like my mom used to like hear ambulances all the time, and she told me she was always thought it was me. Like worried I was dead, or when I called her, her heart would sink because she didn't know why I was calling. Because I only called if I was in jail or I was homeless or I needed money. I was begging for cash, to get a hit because I was sick or you know what I mean. Like I can only imagine what that was like for her, and like I'm just happy not to be that person anymore. And take your time, of course, but it feels pretty good, dude, to not be strung out. You know what I mean? Like I said, I miss it and I miss the bliss and I miss the peace that it gave me. And I miss like when I had a problem, I could just do a bump or fucking hit a line and I would take it all away. But next thing you know, bro, you're fucking 26, dude. You're 25 and you don't have a high school diploma and you don't have a job and you fucked up every job you've had and you're going woman to woman and you know what I mean? Like like you know what I mean? Like you're a dirtbag. You turn into a piece of shit, dude. So yeah. I don't know. It catches up quick, dude. And the faster you get it, the faster you can get better. You know what I mean? Like I caught it at 20. I kind of got it all together at 25 now. Like I'm getting there. I'm at that point now where I'm like, I'm gonna get a house. I've got a partner. I've got going. You know what I mean? Shit's better. But most people don't get there until they're like 40 or like 50, and it's like, what's the point of getting sober now? I'm wasting my whole fucking life. So, you know what I mean? Just think about it. Like, damn, like this feels good as fuck and you'll never be ready. You'll never be. There'll never be a day where you're like, you know what, I'm kind of tired of it. I mean, for me there was, but like, it took fucking 8 years. So you know, maybe try to think about it. I don't know. Do something besides catching a nod. You look silly. I got kicked out of a 7-Eleven once and banned from it because I was in there fucked up on bars. And like I walked in and I grabbed the whole box of Slim Jims, like the box thing they come in, grabbed the whole thing and I just walked out with it. And the lady like chased me down and she was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And like she took them back and she was like, "You're banned. You can come back here." And then I came in the next day because I'd forgot that I got banned because I was on bars. And I was like, tried to buy some shit or whatever. I don't remember what I was buying. And she was like, "You're banned from me. You can't be here." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And then she showed me the security cam footage, dude. And that shit was like goofy as it was funny as fuck. It was funny looking back, but like, it was also really sad and like, what the fuck. So you look silly, you look goofy. You're get banned from 7-Eleven. So I don't know. But yeah, if you see this, I wish you the best. You're loved. If no one tells you I love you, I'm proud of you. Okay, bye.